Morning cartoons. We come here every Saturday morning live to share creativity, have some fun, and start our weekend off with friends. So thank you for joining me today. I also have Megan here. So Megan is wonderful. She is been in the background for a while, and now she's just starting to do these shows and help us, and it's amazing because she has been the creator of so many awesome things at Art Beads, including all those beautiful check mixes that we've had. And so she is incredibly talented, and it's so fun to have her helping here on these Saturday morning cartoons of ours. So I've been really excited for this one. I might have gone a little bit overboard, so we're gonna have to maybe pick and choose what we work on today, because today's theme is fairy garden. And we came up with this idea about a week ago, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. It was probably 2 weeks ago because I had some time to order some supplies. But we got all excited about a fairy garden theme, and that's what we're gonna do today. Hello, Francie and Mary, good morning. I love it, Megan. No such thing as overboard. I really did have fun picking out things and making designs. I think I made a few too many, so we're gonna have to pick and choose a little bit, but we're gonna have a great time. Denise, hello, and Kathleen, good morning. It is Saturday morning. We are here live. For me, it is 8:01 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. I'm in the Los Angeles area. So it is truly morning for me, and that's why we call this the Saturday morning cartoons. But if you're joining us from the East Coast, I know it's almost lunchtime. I hope your day is going well and your weekend is off to a good start. I always love it when we get to come here and be creative to start our weekend. Then it gives us ideas and things we want to work on during the weekend. And good morning from Minnesota. Hello, Connie and Susie. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of the designs I came up with, and then like I said, we're going to pick and choose a little bit on what we want to work with because there's just so much to play with. It was really fun. Okay, so I did make a mason jar fairy garden. And when I first started down this journey, you know how sometimes creativity winds, it doesn't necessarily always go in a straight line. I was thinking a jar with like a door and completely covered on the outside. So that was my original idea, but then I ended up making like a little fairy garden inside of a jar, and that's where my creativity went. So I'll show you what I made. So this is what I made. I made a little mason jar fairy garden, and so I'm going to show you this up close here in better, a better view here in a minute. But I did pull out the supplies to make this if we want to do the jar fairy garden today. So it's got little mushrooms, it has little beaded leaves. This is just essentially a stretch bracelet put on a mason jar, and it looks so cute with our little fairy charm. And then it's even got a little light up top, so if this was at nighttime, it would kind of glow, which would be really cool. You can't really see that in the daytime, but I found a way to secure a little light. I did this. So we can make this. I brought out all the supplies for it. I'm seeing Tracy say, let's do this. Okay, so we can do the mason jar garden. I also made a bunch of fairy-inspired earrings, and then you could also make these into necklaces or other designs as well. Oh, hello, Linda, Santa Barbara girl. Good morning. Okay, so these are what I'm going to be wearing this coming season because I'm going as a fairy for Halloween. These are twisted wire leaf earrings, and they're wonderfully dangly. So we can make these, and actually these same sprigs go into our fairy garden jar. So that's fun too. So we've got these earrings here. So this is what they would look like. Here, I've got one earring on, but they're really cool. And I've always loved this style of earring, and I've never shown how to do it in a live before. So I thought that could be really fun. And because it uses the same sprigs for the fairy garden, it's kind of like we can learn how to make this earring and this sprigs. Okay, I made these, which are really kind of simple but fun. These are little mushroom earrings with a little custom beaded chain, just using white Toho seed beads. Nothing fancy for the beads, but I thought those were really cute too. And then I'll show you all of this up close too. Like I said, I went a little bit overboard. I made little dancing fairies, and I can't decide if they look like angels or fairies, but I'll let you guys tell me. But this was one variation using some wings, and I made little legs for her so they dangle. So that was fun. Like I said, I couldn't really stop once I started down this path. And then I made a little fairy earring using that same charm that I used on my fairy house, my fairy garden. So lots of stuff we get to do. Oh, Tina, you're in Boston. Your daughter's getting married. Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. I love it when we share big moments, big life moments. That's very exciting. Congratulations. And good morning, Kat, to you as well. Okay, I'm seeing lots of floating hearts, so I think we're all excited. The legs. I'll show you how I made the legs. We can definitely do the legs because that could easily translate to Christmas for angels. So they could be fairies or they could be angels. And I love fairies too, Nancy. I love how fanciful this all is. All right, so before I flip my camera, there's actually a lot of other cool stuff happening. So I'm gonna share that as well. We are gonna do a giveaway today. So at the end of the show, stay tuned. We are gonna give away this gorgeous mix that Megan put together that I'm gonna be designing with on Wednesday. This is the Earthly Opulence mix. So we are gonna be giving this away at the end of the show. You do have to be here on Art Beads to be able to win because we have to see your comments live. So if you are on YouTube or Facebook, follow the link in your video, pop on over here to Art Beads, and then when you comment, because it's going to be a trivia question, you have to have the first correct answer commented live here on Art Beads to win. So here is going to be what we're going to win. I'll open this up later so everyone can see exactly what's inside, but it's a beautiful mix of check glass beads. Oh, I love it, Tina. I can just envision your whole world right now. I love it. She says, I have some downtime, so the bride is resting. So here I am. Oh, I love that. That's great. And hello, Lisa. Good morning or good afternoon. It's always, I think, Lisa, you are in Pennsylvania, so I think it's afternoon almost. Hello, Maria. We're driving back from Las Vegas. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, Zion. I've always wanted to go to Zion. Okay, and Clara, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the twisted earrings. I've never shown that technique. It's not that hard to do. So I thought that would be really fun. And then we can kind of bounce ideas from there. Okay, other couple exciting things happening here at Art Beads real quick is free shipping. This is a limited time offer. It's free shipping on orders to the US. It's through Monday night. So if you see something you love, it's a great time to get it with free shipping with no minimum, which is awesome. And then we also are having a free strand of beautiful check glass leaves with a purchase of $35 or more. So that's perfect for our fairy gardens because we're going to be using a lot of leaves. So if you spend $35 or more, you get the free strand of beautiful check glass leaves. So pretty cool. Giveaway, free shipping, free leaves, fairy garden house, and fairy earrings. So we have a really fun time here. And of course, everything that you see on my table is preloaded into that shopping bag icon. So if you click on it, it will show you everything I'm working with, the leaves, the wire. For the fairy house, obviously I had to supplement things that are not available like the mason jar, but I'll try to give clues as to where I found those things. For me, the mason jars themselves are just my recycled salsa jars from the farmer's market. So I have I get salsa from the farmer's market every week. So I get 2 of these jars every week. So I'm very happy to now have a use for them that is fun. So, but I think you can buy them at most stores as well. They're like canning jars, mason jars. Okay, we ready? Let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna flip my camera down and we can see all the cool stuff. So like I said, I've got a lot on my table today. So I don't know where we want to start because there is a lot to do. Oh, hello, Janet. So I'm going to show you just some of the supplies I pulled first, just so you can kind of see the variety of awesome options that we do have. So let's start with bellflowers. So to make the little fairy. Oh, hello, Jackie. I love it. First week watching. We are here live. Oh, hello, Mary. So we are here live. It is 8:09 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast here on Saturday. And these are our Saturday morning cartoons. We come here every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Okay, so here's my little fairy. So she is using a bellflower, and she's also using some angel wings, and I used head pins, ball head pins for her little legs as well. And I just simply hung her from an earring hook. You can add more dangles and things to it if you want to make it a little longer or more elaborate. So I kept her a little bit simple, but she uses bellflowers, and this is what a bellflower strand looks like. So you get a lot of them. Oh, hello, Tanya and Jackie. Good morning. It is our fairy garden show, which was so fun. We came up with this idea a couple weeks ago during a previous show, and then it was like, well, we had to do it. Okay, so this is what they look like, and they come in a ton of different colors. So essentially for the fairy skirt, you can pick your favorite color, and I'm sure Megan has the link to more. I put a few in the shopping bag, but there's plenty more to choose from as well. So this is what was used for her skirt, was the bellflower. I just used a little 3mm melon bead for her head. I had this one in green, but I've come to really love these little melon beads. So they're really cute. That's what I used for her head. Oh, good morning from Northern California. I love it. Hello, Gina. Hello, Gwen. We are here live, and we are going to do a giveaway later. So if anyone joined us just a few moments ago and missed that, we are going to, at the end, give away this beautiful checked glass mix. Okay, so then I used the wings here for her fairy wings. And there's also a larger wing as well that I didn't use. So you see that, and these are there in that shopping bag too, if you want to see their sizes and all of that good stuff. Okay, so that's the fairy earring, number one. I'm going to show you everything, and then we'll decide what we want to make. Here was the second fairy earring. It uses this really cool fairy charm. And then I just used a bellflower again. This is a large melon bead. This comes in a cool strand here. Look at these. These have what's called an ethereal finish, and I love it. I am in love. I actually ordered a ton of beads, and they're in that shopping bag with this ethereal finish because I don't know how I'd missed it before, but for fairy garden, these beads are perfect. Look at these. They're kind of magical looking to me. So I love those, even like this big purple one too. And this is that larger melon bead. So we've got a lot of beads to play with and choose from today. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly show the different things that I've made, and then we'll start creating. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Okay, here was just a little mushroom charm, and this was just a little handmade beaded chain using white Toho seed beads. And then here was that up close of the twisted wire leaf earring. So here is the twisted wire leaf earring. So you can see this. So you could just leave it like this and just have a single leaf. I put a dangly chain in front of it, a handmade beaded chain in front of it. So I thought that was fun. Oh, I see all the hearts. I have a feeling we're going to be making this earring for sure. We might be starting with this earring because that'll be a fun one. So I made that. What else did I make? Somewhere on here. Oh, okay. I didn't do anything with it, but I did make a fairy wand because we had talked about a fairy wand. We're out of this color of the little star, but I added some ones that are in stock. And then these are just bugle beads. These are just your small bugle beads all stacked together. So if you wanted to make a fairy wand, it's super easy to do. It's just on a head pin with a simple wire loop. So I made that. Okay, I think that's all the pieces of jewelry I had a couple other really fairy appropriate inspired findings. Oh, thank you, Tina. I know I keep talking. We got to start designing, but I just couldn't stop. So there's some other really cute components that work really well for fairy garden. This twig, this like metal twig is cool. These are little dragonfly charms that are cute. So I thought those were cute. There is this awesome dragon on a arrow. So I wanted to show this as well. So you see there's his little head and he's wrapped around an arrow. This is very Lord of the Rings feeling. I love it. I love it, Lisa. Well, we're gonna make a bunch of it today. Okay, and then real quick, I wanna show you up close again, the fairy garden. So this is a better view. So this was the little fairy garden I made. And here, if you can see back here, these are the twisted leaf sprig. So I put some check glass leaves in there as well. There's our fairy charm. This is just basically a stretch bracelet that I put around the mason jar. And then I'm gonna show you what I did here. We can do this together. I did double-sided Velcro dots to adhere my light to my mason jar. And it's just a little battery-operated tea light. But if you look inside, you can see, and I've got some little cutout mushrooms. I've got those little twigs. So lots of fun that we can do with this. Okay. And then if that's not enough, I have to show you this guy because I think he has to live in my little fairy garden. I got this at the toy store with my boys. They're called pocket pets. I don't know how widely available they are, but a little raccoon might need to visit my fairy garden. So that might be happening later. Okay, let's begin. Okay, let's start. Shall we start with the twisted? I saw a lot of comments about the twisted wire leaf earrings. Should we start with these? I know, guys, like I said, I couldn't stop and I just kept going. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but hopefully, oh, I do need a squirrel. I know. Oh, that's what I was going to ask Linda. Oh, good idea, Linda. Megan, can you add some of the squirrel charms that we have, the new squirrel charms, to the shopping bag? Because I think we could definitely have squirrels living in our fairy gardens. That would be too cute. Okay, thank you, Megan. Okay. Oh, and these were cute. I didn't use them, but this is a little trio of charms, a trio of little mushroom charms that we have here on Art Beads as well. I know this theme might need part 2. You're right. If we can't get to everything today, or if we get to stuff, but there's certain ones we don't get to and there's enough interest, we can do part 2 for sure. All right. I love it. Megan must be going nuts. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's make some twisted wire sprig earrings because these will be fun to do. Okay, I'm going to clear a little corner here. I'm going to clear out a little bit. There's lots of leaves to choose from when you're doing this. And again, you do get those that free strand of check glass leaves with a purchase of $35 or more, which is nice. There are a lot of different styles of leaves. These are beautiful check glass. They come in different colors, of course. They come in different sizes. So just pick the one that appeals to you. What we're going to be doing here works with all the leaves that are side drilled. So here's like a really pretty strand. This almost looks holiday. And then this one here, let me see. So this one is the one I actually used in my fairy garden. I cut this one open. Yes, you can use different beads to replace the leaves. I'll show you how we wrap them and I'll try to walk through how you would do it. It's easiest with a side drilled bead. So you see how this has that hole through the side? Usually these are a little more challenging to use than say a vertical whole leaf. Like this is a vertical whole leaf right here. If you see this gorgeous strand. Which is really nice for fairy gardens too. That's why I pulled it. But you see how this has the hole that's going from top to bottom, and this one is side to side. So for this particular application, the side to side is a little bit easier. If you do it with, let's say a melon bead or something, you're just gonna have the bead a little bit more centered versus off center, because this is gonna force it off center and this is gonna be a little bit more centered, but you can definitely do it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna start with some wire. You can use 24 gauge wire, 26 gauge wire. For the fairy garden, I even pulled some antique copper wire to be more brown. So just pick your favorite. 24 and 26 work fine. I wouldn't go 22. It's gonna get a little too stiff for you, I think. Okay, so we're gonna cut off a good amount. I'm gonna do 12 inches. And I remembered my ruler, which rarely ever happens. Okay, just my regular cutters. Okay, so we've got 12 inches of wire. And I'm gonna take this smaller leaf, and you see that right here, and I'm just gonna thread it onto the wire. And I'm going to bring him all the way to the middle. So I'm just going to try my best to line up my wire ends. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Does not need to be perfect. Okay, so once we've got it down here, we're going to take our wires and we're going to twist. You can twist a lot, you can twist a little. This is going to be the length of essentially your branch for your first leaf. So I did probably 1/4 of an inch twisting. You can absolutely customize this. There is no right or wrong way of doing this. Okay, now we're going to separate out our wires. So that is going to be basically our bottom leaf, our middle bottom. Now we're going to add another leaf. Oh, Oma, that is a great question. So Oma's saying, if you don't have regular cutters, can the memory wire cutters be used to cut the wire? I think so. I think so. We're always saying don't use regular cutters instead of memory wire cutters, but I've never thought about it in reverse. So I would imagine they would cut the wire. I've never tried it, but I would imagine they would. That's a really great question because I've never thought about that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're adding our second leaf, but we need a wire gap. That's going to be our twisting. So 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch, whatever feels good to you. And we're going to twist. So we see we've got the 2 wires right here. And what you can do is hold it and then twist your leaf. It's easier if you twist your leaf. Okay, and now we've got more twists. And then if you feel like your leaf is too wobbly, you can just twist it a little bit more and that cinches it up. And I love it. Megan's saying you could also make a beaded plant like this. Absolutely. Okay, so now we've got 2 leaves. And now we're going to go to our other side. So try to pay a little bit of attention to which side wire you're doing because you don't want to do all your leaves on one side and then just end up with a super long wire on one side and no wire on the other. Okay, so now we're just going to go down and twist. So I'm just holding that leaf. And you can do this with any of the leaves that were there in that shopping bag. So we're just twisting. So this is what we've got so far. Okay, now I'm going to take my wires and I'm going to take them together and I'm going to twist a little bit to get more of like a stem. So now the wires are just twisting. And then when I want, I can add another leaf. So if I want to do that, I'm going to make basically another branch. Okay, so now I separated out my wires again. And we're going to add more. And then just always remember, you don't slide it all the way down to the end. You need a little room for twisting. And that can be way out here, because remember, leaves and nature are not uniform. It's like you can make it so it has variation to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about being exact. So, just kind of play with it and do whatever feels right to you. Whenever you like, I'll make this one a little shorter. Oh, I love it. Tina bought the fairies and the gold wings. Oh, I love it. We'll have to make that little fairy too. We'll have to definitely make the fairy. Okay, we're just going to twist. Okay, and we're going to go to the other side. And then what we can do, because we don't have to have them exactly even, we can just twist up the 2 wires together a little bit more. And then now on this part of the branch, add another one. So see, then they're not exactly even the whole way. I'll add another leaf. And bend it over. Oh, I love it. I made flower pineapples doing the same thing you did, kind of the concept in the fairies. Oh, I love them. They're so cute. Oh, I love that. Okay, and then we twist. And again, if this feels too loose, just give it a little more twist to tighten up that wire to make it a little stiffer. So this is what we've got so far, and you can have this hang however you want. And then whenever you want to come back and make essentially like your core branch a little stiffer, just twist the two wires together. So here, I think I'll add one more so it's not totally symmetrical. All right, flower pineapples. Okay, perfect. I love it. I knew there would be a correction in there, so perfect. And now let's do one more, and then I'm going to show you how to finish this for an earring. So let's add one more leaf. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to turn this into an earring, but then I'm going to use the same sprig for our fairy garden. Okay, and then just twist. Oh, hello, Ruth Alice. We are doing fairy garden today, having so much fun. Okay, so here is going to be my earring. And like I said, you can make it symmetrical, you can bend these, you can do whatever you want with these. When you're ready to turn it into an earring, what you're going to do is you're going to twist all your remaining wire. Just twist, twist, twist. And if you have a lot of remaining wire, then you can always trim it. But basically, we're just twisting the two strands together to make like a nice long stem. And now I'm gonna actually, that's quite a lot, so I feel confident that I can trim off the rest. And now what we do need, so this is a nice sprig for our garden. So this will go into our fairy garden, but I do want to show you how you would make it into the earring. So you need a way of attaching it to your earring hook. So we're going to come in with our wire looping pliers. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do what we normally do with a wrapped wire loop. Okay, so I've got a little bit of the stem. I've put that twisted wire into my wire looping pliers as if it was just one regular piece of wire. Nothing's changing. Yeah, Linda, it's definitely not hard. It's one of those things I think you see and you're like, oh, how do you do that? That's complicated. But once you see it done, it's really not that hard. Okay, so we just made a little loop. Everything is the same as our normal loops. And then we're just going to grab this and we're just going to wrap it. Same thing as normal. So this is how we can take a beaded sprig like this and turn it into something that we can actually attach to our findings. Okay, so then I'll trim the end, tuck my rough wire tails. Oh, I love it. That's a great idea. Ear cuffs is such a good idea. Okay, so now we have a little loop and we've got a sprig. And that is how you make the little sprig. And then you can just attach it to an earring. So here's the finished earring. I'm going to save this sprig to add it to our fairy garden, but I want to show you what you would do to turn it into an earring. So you would just attach that loop to your earring hook. And then if you wanted to, you could make another little dangle that goes in front of it using these pretty beads. Oh, a bird on a branch would be nice. Yes, I love that. Any bird charms would be great to incorporate into this too. So for here, I just used that little green melon bead that I used for the fairy head. And then I used a little 4mm, I think this is called Halo. Is this color? It's a really pretty rosy color. It's right here. So this is it's again, that ethereal. If you type into the Art Beads website, just the term ethereal, so many gorgeous beads pop up with this finish. And I don't know how I missed them I don't know how long they've been available, but I somehow was not aware of them until I started this fairy garden process. And then down here, I just made, do you guys want to see how this was made? I can show you how this was made because this is just a little different than what we normally do. Let me do that real quick. And then the rest is just a regular beaded chain. Okay, and then so I'm just going to cut about 6 inches of wire, 5-6 inches. So I just got a longer piece of wire. I'm going to take one of the leaves that I used in my sprig. Again, put it down to the middle. try to kind of line up my wire ends, and then we're going to twist to secure it, and we're going to keep twisting. So it's kind of cool. There's something satisfying about seeing that length of wire just keep growing with the nice twists. Okay, so just going, twist, twist, twist. This is a cool way of making a different type of little drop too. Okay, I'm going to trim off my rough ends. I'm going to take one of my beads and hopefully this works because it worked before. Okay, I think I got some thicker twists up here. Let's see if I can just trim those off because this worked twice before. If not, I'll troubleshoot and show you guys what to do. Okay, so for some reason that's not sliding on. It did slide on when I made my samples. I can solve that. So let's cut another piece. Let's do another leaf. Put it down to the middle. Twist, twist, but this time we're only going to twist that much. And then we're going to line up our ends. And now we're going to slide the bead down on both wires. And because it's not got that twist in there, it's going to slide easily. And then it should just slide down over that twisted area. Yeah, you're right. It might just be a tight bead. But I'm kind of glad it happened so that we can talk how to problem solve that if it happens to someone else. Okay, so now we've got the two wires, but the bead is already secured. So I am going to twist again, but now that bead is nice and anchored. Okay, and then once I've got enough, we're just gonna make a nice wrapped wire loop again using that twisted segment. And it kind of creates an interesting look too to have that twisted wire in there. Yeah, I'm in love with the ethereal beads. Like I said, I don't know how I missed their existence, but I stumbled upon one and then I went down the rabbit hole of, oh, there's more, and there's more gorgeous ones. Okay, so you see all that, and it does create a really interesting look to have that twist. Oh, good, Michelle. I'm glad your glasses showed up. I'm definitely wearing my heavier prescription glasses right now for my beading here. Okay, and that's how you make that little drop link. And then you would just create your chain to your beaded chain to go with it using either the whatever beads you like. I did the melon and the ethereal and then ended in that little drop as well. Okay, so that's how you make the twisted sprigs, so that's fun. I want to show how to make the little fairies, and then let's make a fairy garden, if that sounds good to everybody. That way we can cover the fairy garden and we'll do our little fairies. So let me just show you. We won't make this one in the show, but I'll show it again because it's really easy to do. It's just a piece of chain, a larger melon bead, a little bellflower drop upside down, and then this really cool fairy charm. And then when you say purple fairy, do you mean this one? Do you want to make this one? We can definitely make her too, because the fairy house actually doesn't take that long. The fairy garden doesn't take that long. We can make this little gal, or we can go ahead and make this one. Wait to see what everyone wants to do. I know, I'm addicted to the leaf beads too. Purple melon bead. Okay, let's do it. So this little girl here, she was really easy to do. So this is the charm. I used her on my fairy garden, so I'll show you how to make this and then I'll snag her off of it. Actually, let me just take this apart real quick because I'm going to reuse the earring hook and the charm. Okay, so I have this chain here. It's a pretty little chain. It should be there in the shopping bag as well. So it's just a really nice, kind of good size chain, not too big, not too small, nice silver color. So I'm going to just cut about 1.5 inches of it. You can cut more, you can cut less. Okay. So just make sure that whatever you cut the same amount for each earring. So I just have the length of chain, and then I've got this beautiful large purple melon bead right here. We're just going to make ourselves a really simple little link with it right now. Super easy to do. We do this a lot, and I find I use this technique so often, but it really comes in handy a lot. Okay, so there, we just make that little loop. At this time, let's just put our chain in here so we don't accidentally forget. So I've got the cut length of chain. Gonna slip it in via its last little link. Okay, close it on up. So, Megan, what size melon bead is this? I forget. It was the largest melon bead I could find. I think it's an 8. I think it's an 8 millimeter. And I have this other strand here, and it's so, so pretty. Okay, here. Oh, Tina, have a wonderful day. Congratulations again. So exciting. All right, I'll catch you later. Congratulations. Have fun. Okay, I'm just going to tuck our little thing. So this is now anchored, and we're just going to put on one of these beautiful big melon beads. And now we're going to just create another wrapped wire loop. And a reminder, if you want to see what any of these are, just I know I've got a lot on my table today. They should all be there in that shopping bag, and I know Megan's doing a great job of popping them up too. And then it is free shipping right now on all U.S. orders, no minimum, which is awesome. Love that. So that's really cool. And if you spend $35 or more, you get a free strand of beautiful check glass leaves, which is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to use the bellflower in a different way. So this will be fun because in the next earring with the little dancing fairy, I'll use the bellflower as her skirt. But right now, I'm just going to put it here. And to me, I kind of imagined like, I don't know, this was like catching water droplets or something. This was some type of like magic glitter catching device. I don't know. I was kind of going crazy in my head about like, well, it looks like she's catching something. So here is this little guy here. And then, oh, that's a great question, Oma. If selling the fairy garden, how much would it cost? Boy, I don't know. I haven't really looked at prices of fairy gardens. It's a great question, though. Oh, a flower for the hat, too. I don't know how much. Have you guys looked at the price of fairy gardens? I haven't. It doesn't have a lot. It doesn't cost very much. I will say that much. Like the materials, if we're talking about like, you know, selling things and the cost, it doesn't cost very much. Yeah, an upside down umbrella. I totally see that too. Yeah, this has got to be some magical, whimsical thing that she's putting together or catching. I don't know. So I slipped that on, and we're actually almost done with this earring. This one was really quick and easy to do. And then I wasn't able to incorporate these little fireflies, but I think they're really cute too. So those are there in the shopping bag as well. They're the cutest little petite fireflies, which would be so cute. Like you could even put those as another little dangle right down here. That would have been really sweet to add just that little firefly down there. Okay. Yeah, it's fun. Once you start playing with this idea of the fairy garden, it's very addictive. Okay, so now we're done. We're pretty much done. So all we have to do is we're going to take our earring hook. We're going to put on our beautiful fairy. So you see what she looks like. She's beautiful on both sides. So there's not really a right or wrong way to her. So she looks great, and she's a nice size too. A golden cathedral bead as a hanging lantern, yes. Oh, what if you laid the fairy garden on its side so you could add more if desired? Oh, that's fun. I like that. Oh, add the wand to her. So where's that wand? So yes, so we made here's a little fairy wand. You could definitely add the fairy wand onto this as well. So that would be really cute too. You could even do that as the dangly part. So it could be the fairy with the wand. The wand could be hanging from a chain as well. I like that idea a lot. Okay, and then I'm just going to slip the last chain link right here. Yeah, there's so many possibilities. Okay, and then here is our dangly little fairy earring. So that one is one way of doing kind of like a little whimsical fairy earring. Very easy to do, and definitely you could customize this. We could add the wand. I love that idea. You could even have an extra dangle with the wand. You could add the little fireflies. You can just do a lot here. So you could have even several chains with dancing fireflies behind her. I love the lantern idea with a cathedral bead. So here's the little wand. So this is a little fairy wand. It's just bugle beads. So it's just little bugle beads lined up with a little check glass star with a simple wire loop at the top. So we're out of this color of star. It's the only one I had here, but I did put some other ones there in the shopping bag, and then they're just little bugles as well. So that was really easy to do. I mean, that alone could be a cute little earring. You can maybe add another little charm to it if you want, but that's a sweet little thing. Could you twist the wand instead of the bugle beads? Oh, definitely. Absolutely. That would look great too. You could definitely do a twisted wire wand and then add the little star and then make your little wrap and you're good to go. Oh, the chain, it should be in the bag. If not, I can try to help Megan find it. Oh, hello, Rosetta. We are doing Fairy Garden today. All right. And this show will be available on replay, as all of them are. So if anyone wants to go back and rewatch a technique, they can definitely do that. Do you have a code for that chain? I'm not seeing it. Do I have a code? Code would require me having my baggies. Let me see if I have my baggies right here. Sorry guys, let me just see if I have the baggie for the chain. So, I don't think I have the baggie. It looks to be probably a 3 or 4 millimeter silver plated chain. Oh, thank you, Santa Barbara girl. So it's a 3 or 4 millimeter. Okay, thank you, Megan. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice chain. You can also use a Rolo chain. You can use, if Megan, if you can't find this one, any, 2, 3 millimeter chain will work fine. You're just going kind of for that ease of putting the little links. So if you get too small, so if you go down to like a 1 millimeter chain, sometimes the links don't easily go on to like your earring hooks and all. So I really like a 2 or 3 millimeter. So hopefully we can find it. All right. Okay, let's make our little dancing fairy, and then we're going to do our actual fairy garden. So here's our little dancing fairy. She's super, super easy to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple little leggies first. So the legs are just ball head pins. And what we're going to do is we are going to, you can make them long or short. So I'll just make them about here. So that's probably not quite a 1/4 of an inch. And squeeze. Rotate. And I'm just going to twist it a little bit because I feel it's more secure. But you could just stop and make it a simple loop as well. So just a little. I'm not really focusing on the wrappings because they're not really part of the design. It's just to secure it. So just a little wrap. You can see that. And then we got to make a second one. And we'll try to make it about the same size. And believe it or not, we still have our fairy terrarium, our fairy garden in a jar to make too. And a giveaway. So we've got the giveaway still. And we've got the fairy garden in a jar. So this is fun. We're playing this Saturday morning. Okay, this is gonna be our second fairy leg. And my birds are happy out there. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but I've got some very happy birds out there. Okay, now we're just gonna take another piece of wire, and we'll do this one about 3-4 inches. Yes, the tools are available. So I'm using a Xuron cutter, Xuron chain nose. I am using these, which are my wire looping pliers. And then I'm also using my chain nose wubbers. So these are my 4 core tools, and they should be there in the shopping bag. If they're not, Megan can definitely add them. I know I had so many items I was showing in this class today that I was like, oh, I knew I would miss something. So I'm sorry if anything's missing, but I know Megan can probably find it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to make a little loop. Oh, thank you, Mary. Okay, so we're just gonna make a little loop. And now what we'll do is before we do our wrappings, we're gonna slip on our little fairy legs. Okay. Yeah, Xuron is a must, I agree. Especially those fine nose. So the wire looping pliers are great because you can make small loops or you can make big loops. So here's our little legs, and they're just gonna be in there. We're gonna trap them. I'll show the wire looping pliers again in just a minute. Okay, so there's the 2 little legs anchored on there, and we're just gonna do some wraps. And again, I think these would be really cute for angels at Christmas time too. So if anyone's maybe making and selling jewelry at like holiday bazaars, I could absolutely see these angels being really popular. Okay, so here's what we've got. So we've got little legs that are gonna have great movement to them. Now we're gonna put on a bellflower. I love this strand of the green, but I'm a green girl. But there are other colors as well. So here's the bellflowers, how they come. So they come in a nice big strand. I did pull a couple other colors here as well. Transparent, opaque, different finishes. So this is your fairy skirt. So we're gonna put this right here. So we're just gonna go up through the fairy skirt. I love that. Nancy's saying you could put the jar on its side and turn it into a fairy house. Get some little twigs, make a door. I love it. I love that. Okay, and then we're gonna come in with our wings. Yeah, I started off thinking I was gonna do a door for my fairy house, and then I ended up just really enjoying the garden aspect of it. And so I ended up making it more of a garden than a house, but there's so many different things you can do. Oh my gosh, so Megan is saying the transparent blue bellflower is also glow in the dark. That's awesome. So that's perfect for fairies. And the green one, I love it. Okay. Okay, so here's our little girl. She needs a head. This is a 3mm melon bead. Hello, Sue, good morning. I want to show you what a 4mm bead would look like too, since I have one here, if anyone wants to see that. So that's what a 4mm bead would look like for the head. Of course, you could pick whatever color you like. I mean, that's really a nice size too. Do we like the 3mm melon or do we like the 4mm fire polish? Does anyone have a preference? Show you the 3mm melon again. The green one. Oh wait, and the green. 4, Mary's saying 4. So there's the little 4mm. Okay, I'm seeing multiple people say 4. Okay, let's do the little 4mm. And this is that halo color, that ethereal halo 4mm check fire polish. Okay, so there's our little 4mm. So she's got cute little legs, and then she's got this, the wings and the little bellflower and the head. And then we're just going to create a wrapped wire loop up here above her head. And oh, so the question about the wire looping pliers. So if you see, I'm making the loop down at the tip, and that's creating a small little loop. If I was to move the wire right towards the back, I would end up with a very large loop. So these wire looping pliers do make a wide variety of loops. Oh, so the legs are ball head pins. They're just ball head pins with little wrapped wire loops and just leaving a little gap. And then we're just going to so the legs should just be little ball head pins. If they're not, oh, I think I see a banner for them. I think Megan just put up a banner for the little ball head pins. So thank you, Megan. And then we're just going to do some wrappings for her. She needs something on her head. You know what she does? She needs like, you know, maybe a bead cap. I don't have one, but if you have like a cute little silver plated bead cap, that would be really cute on her head. So she's a little dancing fairy. Oh, thank you, Rosetta. Oh, thank you, Annetta. This was so much fun to plan. And as you can see, I kind of went a little overboard because we're definitely not going to be able to get to everything, but I want to make the fairy garden in the jar. So we're going to do that next. Yeah, a bead cap on her head would be perfect. I think that would look so good. A daisy spacer for a halo. That's perfect. Yes, Denise, great idea. Okay, so there's our little fairy. And then you can just hang her from an earring hook. You could add more if you wanted to. I don't actually have an earring hook available, but I'll show you this. So here's the little 3 millimeter. Here's the 4 millimeter, and you would just hang it from an earring hook. Okay, fairy house, fairy garden time. Are you guys up for it? You want to do the mason jar fairy garden? Because we can definitely do that, and then we'll do the giveaway. So if everyone's up for it, we can do it. I love it. Oh, another bellflower for the top of the head. That's great. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to have to kind of play with my camera here. Okay, so let me move some of this aside. So I'm going to take this twig that we made in the beginning of the show. Could you attach a wand? Absolutely. For this fairy, she could definitely have a little wand with her too. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this sprig that we made. Now you can make 4 or 5 of these, however many you want to put into your fairy garden. So that's something we're going to use. I'm going to take all of these though and try to clear my space a little bit. Okay. Let's see, I was trying to think how I was going to do this without it getting too crazy. Okay. Okay, so we are starting off, actually, let me pull some of this up and then we'll have more room. There we go. Okay, so this is what we're starting off with. This is your regular mason jar. I think I shared at the beginning, these are my salsa jars from the farmer's market. I buy salsa for the family every week, so I end up with a couple of these. So these are just your regular mason jars. And what I'm going to be using today, let me put my little guy, he's so cute. He's definitely going to have to be in my garden. So I collected some rocks from my garden and some big ones as well. So what size jar? Good question. They are 5.5 inches. And they are by about 2 3/4. So, but I think you could use whichever ones you find will work, because I had ones that were a little shorter and they would have worked fine, I think. So any mason jar or canning jar that you have, and you can just kind of adjust the size of what you put in it. Okay, so I've got some rocks from my garden. I'm gonna pull this up. Okay. This is the other supplies that I have. I took my kiddos when I went shopping for supplies. So most of this stuff you can easily find at a craft store, a dollar store, all of that. Oh, Jeffette is good. Thank you, Linda. I know we need the squirrel charms in here too. So these were for floral decoration, so like floral design. I thought these were really cute. My kids really wanted this because they said it could be water in our fairy garden. So we're gonna do that. This is just some moss. This is just that like Spanish moss. Oh, thank you, Megan, for putting squirrels in the bag. I love it. So this is just Spanish moss. These are just some twiggy things I found out in the garden. So just go on a walk and pick up what you see. I mean, I loved the idea of acorns. I couldn't find any right now, but if you've got acorns near you, grab some acorns. I think that would be really cute. And then I also found this. This was scrapbooking paper, and it has all these mushrooms on it. So maybe look for some scrapbooking paper too, or if you don't, or just even print off some mushrooms if you want to kind of add. And then I used two in my other one. I just got, this is another thing you can just find at like a craft or dollar store. So not very expensive at all. So none of the supplies here are very pricey, and a lot are just found in nature. And then I did buy these. These are Velcro adhesive dots. So they have a sticky back on them. Oh, miniature section's a great idea. Yes, that's a great idea. Okay, so, and then I have these little battery operated tea lights. Okay, so for putting the light on, I just took a dot, and they're sticky on the back, put it in the center of my lid, pressed it into place, took the opposite side dot, so there's always the fuzzy side and then the rougher side, and then put this on the battery section of my little tea light, and then I can turn it on and it sticks. So this will light my fairy garden at night, and what's nice is I can take it off and turn it off. So what I had originally thought of doing, and this was some of the problem solving I was doing, it was fun to do this. Originally, I wanted my light down below glowing through the garden, but then I quickly realized I would never be able to turn it on or off. I would be covering it with moss and rocks and all that stuff. And so I had to scrap that idea. And I tried little fairy lights as well, those little strands, but they have such a big battery pack. I realized I couldn't hide that battery pack and easily turn them on and off either. So my solution was to be able to turn it on and off was just the little Velcro tabs, and then just putting that in my lid. And it does look really cool at night. I tested it last night. It does glow. So that was fun. Okay, so that was step one. And then I took from my scrapbooking paper, I cut out a few of my little mushrooms. And again, if you don't have scrapbooking paper, you can print off of your computer and just find some cute little like botanical mushroom pictures. So I've got those. So I've got all my supplies, and I just have regular craft glue. So this is just, you could just a regular white glue. It's kind of gummy. So this actually came together pretty quickly and easily. So what I did, I just took my jar, and I was going to use hot glue, but I couldn't figure out how to safely and easily get it into the jar. Oh, they have the tea lights with timers too. Oh, that's a great idea. Well, maybe that would work in the bottom if you had it on like a remote controller timer. That might work. All right, so I'm just going to put some glue down at the bottom. And I will say, I would do this in layers. I'm not going to do it in layers because we don't have the time. But my glue is still trying to dry, and it's been a day. So what I would do is I would do like one layer, let your glue dry, do the next layer, let your glue dry, and so forth. So I'm just going to put some of these in. So I love the idea that these were water. So just kind of swirl those around. So you've got some rocks down at the bottom. And then I was going to put more glue in. And we still have that giveaway too. I hear my chime saying it's 9 a.m. here, but we're having too much fun. So thank you for staying with me. We had really a lot to talk about today, but we're gonna keep having fun, okay? So again, layers of glue. And Megan's reminding, oh, how do your boys, oh my gosh, the boys love the fairy gardens. They made their own too. They made their own fairy gardens as well. And I think we're gonna be making more fairy gardens. So here's just the rocks from my garden. And what you can do, and we can take like, I was taking like a mechanical pencil and I was pushing it in to the glue. So you can kind of add more glue. I'm gonna go a little fast here because I know we've been playing for a long time this morning, but you would keep putting little bits of glue where you need it. If you see you need more glue, just get more glue in there. Again, try to let your glue dry before layers. Mine will eventually dry, it's just gonna take a while. So you can keep adding. Oh, thank you, Denise. And I'll recap a couple quick things because I know we've been playing for a while. It is that free shipping on all US orders right now, which is awesome. So no minimum, which is great. We're also having that free leaf strand of leaves with any purchase of $35 or more. And we are gonna do a giveaway here soon too. Okay, so now I've got my moss just out of my bag. And then I'm gonna do a moss layer. And so I'm just doing more glue. And this is a lot of glue, but that's okay. It eventually will dry and you want something to secure your items too. And I will say, I know you're probably not supposed to use jewelry tools for this. Chain nose pliers are pretty handy for picking up things and sticking down in there. Oh, you're welcome for the free shipping. I love the free shipping too. It's so fun. So I've got here and I'm just setting it down into my jar. And you're gonna keep adding, and then when you need to add more glue, you can add more glue, but you're building your base. So here's what our base is looking like. I'll put another thing of glue right here. Oh, great question, Tori. Do you have to add the leaf strand or does it add on? Megan, would you be able to answer that? Because Megan's really good with those technical questions. Oh, is automatically added to your order. So that's great. So here I'm just gonna put some more in and push it down. Okay, so this is how it's building. So you kind of, I like the idea of doing layers. So we got like a water layer. Now we've got rocks and now we've got some moss as well. And then I'm going to add, I thought it was fun to add, it's just a white glue. This is a tacky glue, kind of a multi-purpose. Oh, okay. One of my lights just kind of disconnected. I'm gonna see if I can fix it here. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a bigger rock just for a little interest towards the front. Just let it drop down in there. So you can do whatever you like here. So just, feel free. And this is when you go foraging through your neighborhood, go on a walk, find those acorn tops, have a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, I really like tacky glue too. I've used tacky glue for so many years. It's crazy. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some of these little mushrooms that I cut out of my paper, and I want to put glue on their back. I used a lot of my glue already, but I'm gonna put some glue on their back. So you see that? I just smushed it on the back. And then I'm going to, so not the normal use for my wubbers, but it works really well. So we're gonna do it. I'm going to place a mushroom on my glass in the background. And then I've got my pencil if I need to reposition it. And you can keep adding, you can keep doing, but see how it's got now a little mushroom in the background? So I really like that. can use other types of glue like Gorilla Glue. You know, I haven't used Gorilla Glue. If it's just a general multi-purpose glue, I'm sure it will work fine. So any type of multi-purpose glue should work fine. Something that you want that will dry clear, that's pretty easy to use is what you're going for. Oh, okay, great question. Tori, Megan can definitely, I'm sure, add some more chain. So just any 2 or 3 millimeter chain will work. Okay, so I put another little mushroom there in the background. So now I've got 2 little mushrooms. And then I found this at the dollar store, so I'm going to put it in there. So I've just got this little cute mushroom right here. So I think I'm going to put a dab of glue. I'm trying to get the camera right. So I'm going to put a dab of glue right behind my little rock and see if I can just drop my little mushroom into there. And if I need to reposition him, I'll reposition him. So kind of looking at my little garden here. Yes, some images could be glued back to back so you can see the mushroom from both sides of the jar. I love it. Yes. Okay, so he did not pop in there. It's like a, what is those claw machines? Whereas I feel like I'm doing a claw machine. I'm trying to get this guy, but he'll go. Okay, so now I've got a little mushroom growing in the front. Yes, miniature mushrooms, absolutely. You can sculpt your own mushrooms too. I was thinking of doing that, but I thought it might take a little too long. But you can sculpt your own mushrooms as well. Okay, and then I've got some little twigs. And let's see if they'll just break. I know I need little fingers for sure. Okay, and then I can just put some glue. So basically you're just having fun. I'll just do a couple more things and then I'll show you my finished one again and then we'll do the giveaway. But you're just having fun, finding objects, putting them in, creating a story for a little fairy here. And then we have the sprig we made too. So then you can do beaded flowers inside or beaded leaves. Oh, air dry clay to make your own mushrooms. Yes, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Megan added the chain options. Thank you. So I'm just going to add some glue to my wire and then I'll take my chain nose and I'm going to put this in here. So you see how you can start to kind of create the story of what you've got going on in here. You can do a lot more sprigs. You can add a wand. You can keep adding mushrooms. You can keep adding fun little things. So tweezers is a good idea. So, okay, and then let me show you what mine ended up like since we kind of have the idea of how this works. So I'm going to put on my little guy here. I cut, oh, that's the other lid. Oh, yes. So on the lid I just put a little mushroom on the lid too. Okay. Oh, Tazia. Yes, the long tweezers that come with the comfort loom would be perfect for this. Absolutely. All right, so here was once it was all done is what mine looked like. So I just did what we did here in this, this live and I put a sprig of the leaves here as well. Couple more mushrooms. So this is what it looked like. And then I put the little tea light on. And then I thought a really cute added touch was this. So I just made essentially a stretch bracelet with the little fairy charm and some 6 millimeter check fire polish ethereal beads. I think this was called Shadows, with a little white seed bead spacer, and this was just on Opalon. So just the same way you would make a stretch bracelet. And then I just put it, see if I can get the camera right here. Okay. Oh, you could absolutely do this in a small shadow box too. And then I just put it around the lid. So now we've got these pretty little added element. You could add the wand here too. You could add the fireflies. You could have dangling fireflies coming here. So you can do so much with this idea, but it was really, really fun. And at nighttime, it really glows because that light, that little tea light lights up your little fairy garden. Oh, thank you guys. This was really, really fun. Okay, now we have a giveaway because this was so fun. If anyone missed anything, the replay is available after we say goodbye for this morning. So you can always go back and rewatch the replay. Oh, thank you guys. It was really fun to do. Okay, let me find the giveaway. So then we'll look at that. And then just a quick reminder that I will be designing with this on Wednesday. So it's kind of fun. You can win the mix that I'm going to be designing with. Okay. So if you are on YouTube or you are on Facebook, pop on over to Art Beads real quick. There's a link in your video. Click on it, take you over here to Art Beads so that you can be eligible to win this because this is really, really pretty. And while we're waiting for everyone to pop over, let me just show you guys what's included in this. This is called the Earthly Opulence Mix, and it goes with our fairy garden theme perfectly. And I will make a double strand necklace with this on Wednesday. So these gorgeous, beautiful beads here, they've got like a cream, yellow, and green. So pretty. These gorgeous green beads, these are a check fire polish. And then this gorgeous big round bronzy bead. I cannot wait to make a necklace with these like little lentils. And then, oh, silver, well, the replay will definitely be available. You can for sure watch it. We made a little fairy garden and we've done fairy earrings, so we've had fun. Okay, and then give everyone just a few more minutes to pop over so they can be eligible to win. And then look at this strand of drops. That is a giant, gorgeous strand of drops as well. And this is all in this one mix. So we're going to give this away here in just a minute. Okay. So this is the Earthly Opulence Mix. Megan put this together. It's gorgeous. All these daggers as well. And now that I'm looking at the daggers, there's definitely got to be a way of wiring those to be dragonfly or fairy wings. So there has to be a way of making those dragonfly or fairy wings. So that's maybe the next challenge because that would be perfect if you can even visualize that. Okay, so this is the mix here, Earthly Opulence. And I will design with it on Wednesday, and we're going to create something really, really cool. Okay. Oh, Hannah, good. I'm glad you're here. Perfect timing. We're doing our giveaway. Okay, so the giveaway is, oh, how do I get to the other page? I think you're here, Silver. So if you're here commenting live, you're where you need to be. So here we're going to do a giveaway. The way the giveaway works is you have to be here on Art Beads. And excuse me, you have to comment live. So I'm going to ask a trivia question. First correct comment here on Art Beads during this live show wins. So get ready to type quickly. First correct comment with the answer to the trivia question wins. I love it. Okay, I'm reading the comments as I go. I'm getting distracted. Okay, I'm going to ask the question to win this really beautiful, beautiful mix. Okay, what is the Latin word for fairy? What is the Latin word for fairy? First correct answer commented here live on Art Beads wins, and Megan's going to look for it. What is the Latin word for fairy? I see some answers. I see some correct answers. I'm going to wait to say the answer until Megan flags down who the winner is. Who had it first? I like it, Gwen. Congrats to our winner, Monique. Congratulations. Fata, probably not saying that right. F-A-T-A is the correct answer. Oh, thank you, Rosetta. That was a Megan question. She picked a good one. So Fata is the correct answer. Oh, and Annetta, what is the Latin word for fairy? So congratulations. So you have won this lovely, lovely mix. I hope you have so much fun with it. Congratulations, Monique. This is a beautiful mix. I cannot wait to design with it on Wednesday. It's going to be really, really fun. Okay, I'm going to show real quick the things we made today, just so anyone joined us a little bit later, they can catch the replay. We did this little fairy earring right here. We did the sprig, the wire sprig, and this is pretty easy if you want to make the little chain to go with it. So we did a wire wrapped sprig earring, and then this one we didn't get to, but it's really simple and it uses these great mushroom charms. So we have that one. This is just a little beaded chain right here with the little mushroom charms. And then we made our little dancing fairies. So cute, little dancing fairies. So those were really fun to do. Just a bellflower bead, some wings, some little head pins for the legs. And then what else do we have? I didn't use them, but I do want to just show you some other really cute findings that are there in that shopping bag as well. So lots and lots of fun today. Okay, here we go. Oh, you can see this on the laptop. Yes. So the replay will be available. You can go over to artbeads.com. It's also on our YouTube channel as well. So you'll be able to see it on the laptop for sure. So thank you everyone for being here with me. I'm going to flip the camera up real quick. Just that quick reminder, if you have anything in your shopping cart, please remember to check out, grab your fun fairy supplies. It is free shipping right now, so that's great. That's a limited time thing and through Monday night. So free shipping on all US orders, no minimum, which is great. And then if you spend $35 or more, you get that free strand of beautiful check glass leaves. So that's perfect for your fairy gardens. Oh, I love it. Santa Barbara girl just said those dragonflies, where did I put them? On curled wire hanging from your jar. That would be so nice. That would be lovely. Oh, thank you guys. This was fun. This was so much fun. Let me flip the camera up. All right. Yay! So that was really fun. Thank you guys for joining me. I know it was a long morning, a long show, but I couldn't stop myself. When I started down the path of fairy garden, it just kept going. So we also made those wands too. So if you're coming in midway through, well, we didn't make the wands, but we showed them with the little star bead and the bugles. So lots of fun to be had. So hanging stars, yes, that would be great. Or like, you could do this idea with the stretch over the lid. You could also put it down here, but you could hang stars or dragonflies from here as well, like little bits of chain that would hang from here with stars or dragonflies as well. So you could do that too. So lots and lots of options of what you could do with your fairy jar. And these would be great gifts. If you're looking for a handmade gift, and maybe the person you're giving it to doesn't wear a lot of jewelry, or maybe it's someone who, you know, you want to personalize this to, or they love fairies. This would be a beautiful Christmas gift. So this might be a good option for gift giving as well. Oh, glue them on the inside of the lid. That's a great idea too. Very, very good idea as well. So many different things you can do with this. I feel like, and then we can put the little squirrel charms in here. So you can have little squirrels in your garden. So I think, and then I've got my little raccoon who's going to go in it. You can find other things, go to the miniature section too, find things, sculpt your own mushrooms. Like you could just keep going on this theme. So have fun, enjoy. I hope this was inspiring. I am now forever saving my salsa jars. We usually turn them back into the people who we get our salsa from, but now I'm keeping them. I'm going to have a whole stash of these mason jars to play with. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and thank you, Megan, for being here. This was so much fun, and I will see everyone on Wednesday, and I'll be designing with that earthly opulence. We'll do a double strand necklace, and I think it's going to have a vintage vibe because those beads to me are just, oh, they're going to be gorgeous, all the drops and everything. All right, have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me. Have fun. Oh, this was fun. Okay.